Live, sir.
Live. Most High in Christ. All right, go ahead and let's clap it up, clap it up. Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. Man, this is the Tuesday Brotherhood class, man. This is where we come and we're going to talk about brotherhood and sisterhood. Understand this, brothers and sisters. Just because the Bible says men doesn't mean that every single time it says that, it's only talking about men only. When it comes down to brotherhood and sisterhood, that is not just a man thing. That is a brother and sister and children.
That's right.
That goes for everybody. That don't just go for the men. Men aren't the only people that need to have brotherhood.
Right.
Sisters need to have brotherhood too, and sisterhood, and making sure that everything is good at all times. Israel cannot grow if we don't have brotherhood and sisterhood. So, hey, brother, we're gonna get into the topic of what's wrong with us, man. Right now, in the world that we're living in right now, we have a problem. And our biggest problem in this world right now is our pride. Like, every time you turn around, you see an argument, a fight, people getting unalive because of pride. Everything is based off of their pride. People think, go to Galatians 6:3 for me, Baba Kashaf. People think that they don't do no wrong. People think that just because this is what my name is, you're supposed to respect me. They put themselves on a pedestal, not knowing, man, you are nothing to the Most High God. You should be unalive right now because you don't follow your father. Your father gave you this world. He put you down here and told you to be a priest. He put you down here and told you to be a princess. He told you to be a daughter. Hey, one of y'all grab that phone. He told you to sit here and follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. He said, love one another. He said, do all these things, but what did you choose to do? You chose to be a prideful person. You chose to be somebody that only thinks about themselves. Now, just think about this for a second. What if Christ decided to be pride? What if Christ decided to be selfish? What would have happened if Christ decided to be selfish? Go ahead, brother. Brother, we still be getting stoned. See, a lot of us would be dead already if Christ never died for our sins. They don't even have that yeah, turn that box. But the box got to be plugged up to the speaker. That's the reason why they ain't gonna be able to hear y'all. If Christ decided to be like how we are right now, if Christ decided to be selfish like blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are right now, we all be dead. Because we all have sinned. Before we decided to get into the truth, before we decided that enough is enough, and what we're going to do now is follow the Most High God, the God of this Bible, the nigga God. Before we decided to do that, just turn it. Before we decided to do that, man, we all sinned. We all were people that the Most High God was ashamed of. That was like, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna give that brother a little bit more time. I'm gonna try to give him some more time because at the end of the day, man, I know who he's supposed to be. I know who he's supposed to be for me. But this brother thinks that he got all the time in the world. See, this is what we live. The life we live right now in the world, bro, we feel like we got all the time in the world. That's why we feel like YOLO. We only got one life to live. We might as well live it up to the fullest, doing whatever we feel like doing. Those prideful thoughts, those selfish thoughts are the reason why we're destroyed right now. Go ahead and read that scripture.
Galatians chapter 6, verse 3. For if a man think himself to be something, when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself.
See, this is the problem, man. A lot of our people don't know. This goes for men and women. They feel like they're something when really they are nothing. Right. See, you think you're something because you got OnlyFans and you're making millions of dollars on OnlyFans. You think you're something because you're sitting here selling drugs in the community that you said that you're trying to get back to, and you think that you're something because what? You got that Rolls Royce, you got that Bugatti, you wearing Balenciaga, you wearing the big old heavy chain stuff. You feel like you something. You got the car sitting on with the candy paints, sitting on swangers. You feel like you something because what? All these materialistic things. You got people wanting to be like you. You got people wanting to sit here and pay money to see you, what, playing with yourself. Or people paying money to see all these women dressed. Wait, what does the Bible say?
If a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself.
We have deceived ourselves, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We have deceived ourselves to think that what this society has brought forth has made us something when it's really made us nothing. We are further gone because our people only think about what? How to make a quick buck. How am I gonna make some money? How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do that? Okay, you know what? Now everybody got an OnlyFans. And if they don't got an OnlyFans, they telling you to subscribe on their Twitter, subscribe to their Facebook, subscribe to their Instagrams. Everything has a subscription now. Why? So that way you can get what? A sneak peek of something that should only be meant for one man to see. Then you got what? You got men out here going from woman to woman to another woman to another woman to another woman. You're not keeping none of these women. You just jumping from box to box, and then you around here tainting the box because you around here catching diseases because you don't know how to have no DC. You don't know how to have no control over what the Lord gave you because you just giving it to everybody. Go ahead,
Good, sir. What you're saying is heavy because these actions of displaying what you got, whether it be a Bugatti or a Rolls Royce, trying to shine. If you a sister, putting your lady parts on display for everybody to see. All that does is really make the brothers and sisters around you want to either covet or steal from you, which promotes sin in the nation.
Man, get that brother a hand because that's exactly what it's doing. That's exactly what it's doing. Because what's going to happen? If I'm poor, but I see you got everything, you got all that money, I know you got the packs with you because, man, what? You selling to everybody. We all know who the biggest sellers are. If you poor and you ain't got no way to make no money, you tried to find a job, but because you got a felony, you can't get a job, what you going to do? What's the first thing that black people do? Rob. That's Hispanics too. Let's not get into what the cartel do, because I'm telling you now, they more ruthless than some of you black people out here. You think you ruthless? Go mess with them Hispanics. Go ahead, brother.
Slack if I may, sir. Just going back, to talk about sisters, and things like that.
Right.
The only reason they have these OnlyFans, the only reason they're displaying this forced behavior is because of us men being weak,
right,
and lustful.
That's
because
right.
If we didn't like that, they wouldn't do that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They only do that because that's what we like and what we want.
Right.
And so they make themselves appealing to what that man wants.
Right.
And even, going to the brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like they out here, committing all type of wickedness for clout and catching hacks and all this because they think that this is what, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If it wasn't for our oppressor and us trying to be like our oppressor and trying to, unalive one another, we wouldn't unalive one another.
Right.
So it just goes back to we are doing the things that we think is cool because we see our oppressor doing it. Right. And when it goes back to the sisters, they're only doing it because it goes back to the oppressor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that we show them, we also get that from our oppressor side.
Nah, man, hey, what the brother said was just super heavy, man. Get that brother a hand, man. Because that's exactly what it is, bro. That's exactly what it is, down to a T. If men, if go to Matthew 7 and 15 for me, just hold that for me. As men, if we would stand up and say, you know what, every time we see a sister out here showing her nakedness, if we report it, be like, nah, I don't want to see that. As men, if we see a sister, hey, sis, look, your face is very beautiful, but your whole spirit is ugly as hell. Man, you need to go on somewhere, like, cover up. Like, how you think we're going to respect you if the only thing you showing us is your nakedness? I don't want to see your titty tape. I don't want to see that you got everything out. Show me how beautiful you are covered up. If as men, if we were like that, we wouldn't have to worry about none of this stuff. We wouldn't have to worry about social media becoming a new porn sites. We wouldn't have to worry about that. But you know what we do? We follow our oppressors. And now we are making people think that there's something when really and truthfully they are nothing. And you want to know? The scriptures say something about that too. Go ahead and read it. Matthew.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 15. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves.
See, a lot of times when we see beware of the false prophets, right? We just think about people that's trying to teach about the Bible. Little do we know, false prophets are not just people that try to teach about the Bible. It's also these people that have been sent to be the motivational speakers that's teaching you to do wrong. We all know that the Christian church has led us astray. We all know that the Catholic Church has led us astray. What about your religious leaders? They have led us astray. What about social media? They have led you astray. And they're pushing the agenda of what? Your oppressor. These are all false prophets. These are all people that's coming up here trying to teach you, saying this is the way. This is how you should live. But inwardly, what are they? They are wolves in sheep's clothing. Because at the end of the day, what are they trying to do? They're trying to push their agenda. And their agenda is not the Lord's agenda. Their agenda is to have you do the opposite of what the Lord wanted for you. The Lord called his people to be a what? A royal priesthood, a chosen generation, a peculiar people, to be holy and set apart. And when he gave you that, when he gave that to the 12 tribes of Israel, he said, if you are these things right here, if you holy and set apart, peculiar, a royal priesthood, you will be set on high. The only thing you got to do is follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. But what did your oppressor say? Your oppressor knows this Bible better than you do, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. You want to know why? Because he's using this to go ahead and flip it around on you. He's giving you the 52 fake because at the end of the day, what are you listening to? You're listening to what these rappers are saying. You're listening to what these people in high places are saying. You listen to Joel Osteen. You're listening to the TD Jakes. You're listening to the Creflo Dollars. You're listening to the Dr. Umar Johnsons and stuff like that. You're listening to the Kwame X's and all. You're listening to all these other people. And what are they doing? What's happening? Everything's starting to be revealed. Everything, every single time. Go ahead, Con.
What you bring it out is so heavy, sir, because, like you said, these rappers, the only reason that our oppressors is listening to these rappers, so they can find out which one, you know what I'm saying, to push.
Right.
So we can follow.
Right.
The only reason that they watching these athletes is so they can find the one that they can push, so we can follow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they understand, like you're saying, you know, we are a people, you know what I'm saying, like all these false prophets out here. We're going to live here in this kingdom, we're going to go to the one who has the most money. We're going to go to the one who we think is the coolest. And that's what our oppressors, they say, oh, let's push this one. Or let's push this one. And then what do? We follow them to our destruction. So,
nah, man, what you're saying is heavy. That's exactly what's going on. We fall, but matter of fact, go to 1 Timothy. Just go to 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 9. This goes right into what we speaking on right now. Go ahead, once you got it.
This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6, verse 9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation.
They that what?
Will be rich, fall into temptation.
The celebrities, they do what?
Fall into temptation.
Those religious leaders do what?
Fall into temptation.
Those pastors of these mega churches do what?
Fall into temptation.
Those brothers and sisters that want to be just like these people that are rich in this world do what?
Fall into temptation.
Why do you think that the Bible is saying that these rich people, the people that should be rich, or the people that who will be rich, fall into temptation? Why do you think that the Bible is saying that? Keep reading.
And a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts.
Foolish and hurtful lust. Now, hey, do we really got to go into that? The foolish and hurtful lust. Do we really got to get into that? Because let's just dive in real quick. Let's just talk about some foolish and hurtful lust, right? Say for instance, like we just talked about the OnlyFans, right? What's happening with most of these OnlyFans stars? What was the scandal that happened between that girl and the boy? They had a boy out there who was an OnlyFans creator or star. It was on all social media platforms saying that he was coming around here giving everybody the herpes. Everybody had he was giving everybody the herpes. The girl got on social media talking about, yes, I was an OnlyFans star straight out of high school. Straight out of high school, now she's the OnlyFans star. She went and had sex with this boy. The boy had herpes, passed that along to her. Now she on social media. Now she done went viral for talking about her having herpes. You talking about some foolish, hurtful lust. Well, your lust was so high that you had to sleep with whoever to try to make money till now you got a disease that you can never get rid of. And you think that that's the only thing that happens? We can talk about other foolish and hurtful lust. Go ahead, brother.
So what about the one when I think it was a basketball player, and he got a baby by that well-known whore. He just gave $30 million. He paid all the child support at one time.
Yeah. And yeah, with that situation, that's another foolish and hurtful lust. You want to know why? Because now that child is going to grow up without a father. You want to know why? Because she wasn't careful with who she slept with, and he slept with her knowing that he didn't want to do nothing besides have sex with her, and he was going to throw her away afterwards. That's the foolish and hurtful things that we do to our people. Now let's talk about some other stuff. You want to know something else? Some foolish and hurtful lust? Now let's talk about some foolish things real quick. These drug dealers, right? What are they doing? What are they doing? They're rich. Why are they rich? Because they do. They sell to what? The people that are hurt. They know who to sell to. If I know that you down and out, you know what? Hey man, I want you this real quick. Look, I'm gonna give you this little 8-ball. You know, you come back and see me. You know what? This first hit on me. You know what? Hey man, yeah, I was gonna smoke this blunt, but here, you know what? You can have this blunt. Why is he doing that? Why is he leaning with him? Why is he saying that you can have this blunt and you can smoke this blunt? Why is he saying that? Because all in all, he knows that you're in a low state. And by you being in a low state, what is he doing? He's giving you something that makes you feel good in the moment. And when he has you, he has you hooked on it now. So now what are you doing? You trying to do everything in your power to become rich so that way you can go do what? Get your next fix. So that means that you're going to steal. That means you're going to rob. That means you're going to end up unaliving somebody because what? You're looking for your next hit. You're looking for your next score. Why? Because you're trying to be like who? The rich. Why do you think all these people start getting sexually abused? Why? Because what? The people that are rich are paying them. They're pushing it. They say it all the time with the celebrities. Y'all gotta understand, 1 Timothy 6:9 is so serious. Like, it's so real. Do you know how many stories there are about people saying that they went to certain casting calls or to sign a record deal. And they met the person at a party, and the next day they didn't know what was going on. They just hurting throughout their whole body. And when they went to go sign that contract the next day, they were like, "Hey, before you sign that contract, hey, play that video we got right there." And it's a video of you getting rammed in by 3 different men. But you didn't know what happened because what? You just stuck in the trance. You with the snares and the traps. Go ahead and read it again for me.
God. This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6, verse 9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare and into many foolish and hurtful lusts.
See, this is our problem, man. We try to be rich in that once we get to the riches, we fall for the snares and the traps, into the temptations. Why do you think everybody's having sex scams? The whole thing, they talking about, oh, I want 50 million. Everybody know about what's going on with Shannon Sharp. The girl went from, this is what she want, to, oh, you getting 100 mil? I want half. So now she lying on you to do what? To try to get that money. But if you was a man of integrity, if you was a man not trying to sleep with the dogs, you were never supposed to go outside your race. You got 12 tribes. I'm telling you, it's something about them 12 tribes, man. I don't know no woman finer than the 12 tribes of Israel. But you going out your race to be with a dog. And now she trying to get 50 million from you. Because you a rich man that done fell into a temptation. You fell into them snares and them traps. That's what's wrong with us. We don't know what to do with the blessings that we get. When we get blessings, we don't see it as the Lord blessed us. We see it as, hey, man, I healed down. I got it out the mud for myself. No, man. That's why you fall into them snares and traps. You got something, brother?
I would call it, sir. That's why, like what you said was just so heavy, like we don't know. Like that's the importance of the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge teaching this Bible. Because if Shannon Sharp knew who he was, if Shannon Sharp knew that he was a child of God, he would have knew that he wasn't supposed to sleep with that dog.
Exactly.
And he wouldn't be in the predicament that he's in. And that's what so many Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, that's why it's so important what we do, because we're out here trying to wake our people up and let them know you're not supposed to sleep with a woman from another nation. You're not supposed to be dealing drugs to your brother. Right. You're not supposed to be unaliving your people. Right. And that's love, compassion. And if we knew these things, then we wouldn't be in the predicaments that we're in. So.
No, what you're saying is heavy, brother. Y'all get that brother a hand, man. But what you're saying is spot on. If we would know these things, if we really would know who we truly are and actually stood on that, the same way we stand on being wrong. Like, let me tell you something. When it comes down to gangs, when you are a blood, you a Crip, you a GD, when you a Vice Lord, all that, you gonna stand on that. You gonna live or die standing on that. Same thing with these fraternities. What do they do all the time? They're gonna live or die, but they're gonna stand on it. Why don't we stand on that when it comes down to doing what we're supposed to do for the Most High God? All right. See, here in the I.S.U.P.K, we stand on being the 12 tribes of Israel. We stand on that. We stand on doing the Most High's work. That's right. But what's wrong with us is this. We don't care to find out. Because if you truly cared to find out who you was, you wouldn't just be falling for everything. You would try the spirit. You wouldn't just believe any prophet that's coming up to you saying, hey, I got the truth. How you got the truth? That's the same thing that's the same thing you do any other time. If someone sat here and said that they had the fire as weed, you ain't gonna be like around here like, oh, well, give it to me. No, you're gonna be like, how you, man, no, let me see that. Man, let me smell that. Let me smell it, make sure that that's fire. So why you don't do that when it comes down to these false prophets? Go ahead. All right. Go ahead.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and 3. Ox knoweth his owner, and an ass his master's crib, but Israel does not know. My people do not consider.
They don't. That precept is right on. We don't consider. We don't even care enough. Why? Because we're trying to follow behind what? We're trying to chase behind what? The bag. You acting like that bag is going to save your life. Matter of fact, keep reading. Keep reading that 1 Timothy 6 and 9.
Khan, which drown men in destruction and perdition.
Keep going.
Verse 10, for the love of money is the root of all evil.
For the what?
For the love of money is the root of all evil.
Keep reading.
Which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
Understand this, man. For y'all that think money is more than anything else on the face of this earth, y'all putting money before everything. Understand this. You are moving yourself further and further away from God. Because God is not all about riches. He's not all about money. He doesn't care about that. Because at the end of the day, what is he looking for his people to do? He's looking for priests that's going to get his people out of darkness into what? The marvelous light. He's looking for sisters to do what? Be a light in darkness. Y'all are supposed to shine just like men are supposed to shine. We are supposed, people should see us and know for a fact, you know what? That got to be a child of God. Why are y'all so different? Why y'all wearing them fringes? Like, what's up with these them tassels, y'all? Like, what's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that border of blue down the hem of your garments? What's up with that? That's what the Lord wants us to be. He don't want us to be so fixated on money. Why? Because money comes and goes. We all know that. The same way that you got money is the same way you can lose it. Stop worrying about money. Stop worrying about riches. Because at the end of the day, those riches ain't going to do nothing but put you in what? Snares and traps. If you would focus on what the Most High God has planned for you instead of being prideful and selfish, if you would just focus on him and what he's asking you to do, bro, so much more will be given unto you. I don't care about the riches of this world. I care about the kingdom. I care about the Lord seeing me and being like, hey, my boy, hey, my son, come here, son, come here. Hey, Ron, look, let me tell you something. I got 12 planets for you. I got all these kingdoms for you. I want you to take care of all this. Yeah, you did a great job for me while you was going through hell. This is what I have for you in the kingdom for life. Get this to your family. Get this to your children. Get this to your heritage. Get this to your lineage. Your lineage needs this. That's what I care about. While y'all sitting here caring about what people think, putting you up in high places, making you seem like you're something when you're really nothing, the people in the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA, we care about the Most High God. We care about our Father. We care about the person who gave us a new life when we were about to die from our original life.
Right.
And you have to stand on that. The scriptures say, be steadfast, be unmovable in the work of the Most High God. That's who you're supposed to be. That goes for brothers and sisters. Because believe it or not, sisters, y'all have a mighty role as well. I'm going to tell y'all now, y'all got it hard. Y'all dealing with priests. We don't have a lot of time. We always putting our life on the line for one another. If we at camp and a situation go down, we fighting over who gonna bite the bullet. Believe that. Understand that. While we at camp, if somebody comes up, we're fighting on who gonna get in the front, so that way, if that dude tries something, who gonna smash? But y'all have to be at home, and y'all just waiting to see if y'all husbands make it home at night. And not only are y'all doing that, y'all also are a light to our days when we're dark. Y'all cooking food. Y'all are teaching the children how to be good stewards. Y'all are teaching them the things that we can't teach them because we're being priests and prophets. When we make it back home, then we take over from there. But y'all have a mighty role as well. And we all have to be that light. We all have to put the same effort in. Y'all have to be strong. Y'all have to be unmovable when it comes down to holding down this truth for the household. Because at the end, we all got to be one. We all got to be equal in our thought process. Go to Ecclesiastes. I'm moving too quick. Go to Proverbs 16 and 18. Once you got to go ahead and read from.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall.
Understand that. The scriptures is plain. Like, you can't be a prideful person and follow Christ. You can't. Because if you are a prideful person, what's going to happen? Destruction is coming behind you. That's why while we in this truth, it doesn't matter what your rank is. You can be a trooper, a 50, officer of 50, officer of 500, officer of 1,000, officer of 5,000, a captain of 10,000, a captain of 13,000, a general. You got to understand this. The higher your rank, the more of a servant you have to be. Just because I got a high rank doesn't mean that I'm put on high above all the rest of y'all. No, that means I have to be more of a servant to you. I can't be selfish. Because if I'm a prideful person, if I'm a selfish person, then how are y'all going to learn? How is this truth going to be pushed if I decide to be prideful and be like, hey, man, I know this. I got this. Man, y'all better get this truth because I got the truth. Then where does it stop? It stops with me, right? Understand this. When you're a prideful person, when you put yourself above everybody else, destruction comes. Go ahead, Al.
I could, sir. Would it be safe to say that pride and brotherhood are damn near opposites?
That is definitely safe to say. Because I'm going to tell you now, you can't be a prideful person and say you got brotherhood. Because what is a prideful person? Just tell me some things you know about a prideful person. What does a prideful person do?
Selfish, arrogant.
What you got, sis? Right. They don't accept fault or blame for anything. They're selfish. They're arrogant. They don't want to take no accountability for anything at all. What else do they do? You got any more? Anybody else got? What you got? What you got, Sawadi? They don't want to take orders. They don't want to do nothing. What you got, sis? They think they're above the program. Does a prideful person sound like, just based off of all the things we said, don't want to take no accountability, think they're above the program, selfish, arrogant, don't want to follow orders? Do you feel like that person has brotherhood? Do you feel like that person has sisterhood? Do you think that that person is a true follower of Christ? Because the true follower of Christ know that he has to be what? Can you be selfish? Can you be arrogant? Can you not follow orders? If you are a follower of Christ, you know you got to follow orders. That how can you say you a follower of Christ, but you don't follow orders? Because Christ's order is to do what? Follow the law, statutes, and commandments. So you telling me that you don't follow orders, but you a follower of Christ, you're a hypocrite. You cut yourself. See, your pride has shown itself. If you are a follower of Christ, but yet you're arrogant and can't nobody tell you nothing at all, and you just are above everything else, you're cutting yourself. Go ahead.
So we just talked about, how you have to put it, how when you, the higher your rank is,
Right.
the greater the servant that you are.
Right.
You understand? And so being a brother or brotherhood is the epitome of being a servant.
Of course. Of course. You look, you have to be a brother to be a servant. Like, I'm gonna tell you now, I didn't know the responsibilities that a 5,000 has until I got that rank. When I got that rank and I started hearing your phone is going to ring at any time of the night and you got to be available to answer that call. When I heard that, I was like, all right, man, y'all, all right. But when it started happening, oh, you the head of Shamar, make sure your men is safe at all times. Oh, when that phone start ringing and you in the middle of sleep, and all of a sudden you hear your phone ring and you look over and you still got the crust in your eyes and you run like, hey, Shalom, what's going on? Oh, what's happening? All right, well, this is what you need to do. Like, you become a real deal servant. You no longer are living for yourself. You're living for everybody else. You can't do that if you have pride. You can't do that if you're selfish. Go ahead, sis. Y'all pass. Do we got another mic? Okay.
So if I put it in that responsibility, sir, it's so heavy on y'all because not only do you have to take that part, like you gotta be prepared to solve a problem and give a response, like you just gotta be ready.
I know. That, like, what the sister said is real. Like, the captains, let me tell you something. I look up to the generals and the captains. I look up to them because I know as an officer of 5,000, I know the phone calls I get now, but I can only imagine the phone calls that they get. Shoot, sometimes I'm the phone call that they get. So I know what they're dealing with. And it's just like, man, like that is a tall task. And as priests and prophets in this truth, we stand for it. We stand for that tall task. You want to know why? Because at the end of the day, we have to be selfless. The only way our people can get out of hell is if we what? If we choose to be selfless. If we choose to be prideful and be like, hey, man, hey, everybody that's in the truth, if you got the truth, stop trying to spread it out to everybody else because, nah, we still trying to get out there and fish and get our people. Why? Because we haven't gotten the order to do nothing but that. That's our order. Our order is to get our people out of this hell. Because if we get all our people out of this hell, who can come back? Our king can come back. Our king can't come back because he's still giving time for those that are still lost. So what we got to do, we got to be selfless. We got to go out to camp. We got to teach classes. We got to be in classes and we have to read. We have to be, bro, let me tell you something. One of the most important positions that you can have in this truth is to be a servant. It don't matter if you're a trooper. It don't matter if you're a 50, a 500, 1,000, 5,000 captains, generals. That is the most important thing that you can have. And sisters, y'all have that same opportunity. We are all servants. We all just have different roles. We go put our life on the line at camp. Y'all make sure that the men and the women and the children are fed. Y'all bring the fish and the bread to the multitude. We go out and get it, and y'all make sure that it's prepared and brought out. We all have a role, but we can't do that if we letting destruction come because of our pride. If you have pride, understand this: destruction is coming behind that pride. Don't think that you are above it. There's no man that's above destruction coming into his life if you're putting your pride above everything else. Hey, let's drop that and let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 12. Once you got to go ahead and read from the Bible show.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, an Apocrypha, chapter 10, verse 12. The beginning of pride is when one departeth from God.
Say it again.
The beginning of pride is when one departeth from God.
One more time.
The beginning of pride is when one departeth from God.
The beginning of pride is when one does what?
Departeth from God.
How can you be a prideful person if you depart yourself from the Most High God? Like how can you be a priest if you decide, you know what? I'm going to be about myself. You are so prideful that you choose yourself over who?
God.
Because what? You want riches. You want riches. You are so prideful that you say, you know what? Hey, man, I love God, but you know what? God gonna have to hold on for a moment. I got to get off this QP. I love God. Hey, God, you know, I appreciate everything you do for the trap brothers. But you know what? Hey, I got to get it how I live real quick. What? Pride comes when you do what? You're departing yourself from God. You have to choose one or the other. The Most High God calls you to be selfless. That's what he told you to be. He said, this is what I want for us. If you are my child has to be selfless. My child has to be kind and loving to their people. That's what my child has to be. That's what my priest have to be. But the world calls for you to be what? What? When you were in the world, what did the world teach you how to be? What did the world make you be? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Solo dolo.
Solo dolo. What did the world teach you how to be, sis? It told you to look out for yourself. Be about yourself. Nah, hey, y'all do what y'all got to do with them fans. Nah, you good. The world that we live in taught you to be what? Hardcore. Everything that you do is is about yourself. Hey, man, if you from Texas, if you down south and you from Texas, you know what zero is about. Being what? 1D. It's in his song. In his song, he said, y'all niggas ain't gotta mess with me, cause I can do bad just being 1D. 1D. I ain't gotta have nobody else. I can just be 1D. But is that what your father asked for you to be? Did your father say be 1D? What did your father ask for you to be? What did the Most High God ask for his people to be? Gather yourselves together, O nation that's not desired. Because the world that we're living in, they will unalive you. And what did that precept say? They cover the faces of the judges thereof. They slay you in the streets and then cover the faces of the judges thereof. That's why you're not supposed to be solo dolo. That's why you're not supposed to be 1D. You want to know why? Because if you follow the law, statutes, and commandments, you got a protection that's bigger than any other protection on the face of this earth. The protection of the Most High God is better than a level 5 bulletproof vest. I don't know nobody's arms big enough. I don't know one tank that's heavy enough or can shoot a bullet big enough for the Most High God. I don't know one nuke that's ready to fight with the Most High God. The Lord that I serve, the Most High God, I'm telling you right now, y'all ain't got nothing for him. But I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. I'm not going to depart myself from the Most High God because I want to think about myself. I'm not, whatever I got going on ain't more important than what the Lord asked for me to do. If the Lord calls for me to go out there and teach on the streets, that's what I'm doing. If the Lord told me, you know what, I want you to go in level 4 cartel territory to go bring supplies to them Haitians. Them brothers and sisters that's under that bridge in Mexico. I want you to go bring supplies down there. You know what I'm gonna say? Count on one kind, sir. Y'all saw that it was done. Go ahead, Al. You got it. Go ahead. I got you.
Like I said, not only was it done, you see what happened when it was done.
Yeah.
Those people down there, they got us, and they made sure that we were safe. You understand?
Right.
So not only was it done, the Lord, like you said, hey, the Lord's protection is greater than a level 4, level 5 vest.
Man.
Because we went down there in that territory, that cartel territory, and the Lord made sure we was shalom.
Right.
We got in there, we got out of there, we fed those brothers and sisters, and we all got home safe.
Right.
Why the cartel was looking for us alive?
Yeah, man. Like that's real deal. Hey, y'all move that fan closer to them sisters real quick. Yeah. Y'all can use that extension cord right there if you need to. What the brother said is so heavy. Every brother that went to the mission of Acuna, you know what it is. Like, you know how that was for us. You didn't have no guns, no knives. You ain't have a sling or a spit dart anywhere. Because at the end of the day, bro, you couldn't bring none of that in Mexico. We literally was in a place where we didn't speak their language. We only had, 2 or 3 brothers that actually spoke Spanish. But we was able to get there. We was able to go through there. We was able to get to our people, help out our people, and get out of there. And a lot of people don't know, we had to deal with the federales. The federales was against us. The federales came up and pulled up on us while we was at the gas station getting gas and trying to use the bathroom and pull guns on us. Because they didn't know who we were. But when we told them who we was, they had no choice but to respect it. The federales came with guns blazing. But when they found out that we were priests and prophets here to do what? Do the Lord's will? They said, you know what? Hey, the safest way for y'all to go is go that way. Because if y'all go that way, y'all going to get yourself into some trouble. Go this way. Go ahead, sister.
It's like I said before, I was just like my own understanding about I think it's Indian, and he was saying how like it's so important, like y'all now to such a small group, y'all literally taking power from both sides. So he's right now, how like those so it's not it was a strength in their faith, like both sides representation on it's
Exactly. Give her a hand. Because I'm gonna tell you, the Lord showed himself. If you didn't have faith in the Lord when you went down there to that mission of Acuna, you had faith coming back. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, the only way we survived is through the Lord's protection. If the Lord wasn't with us, if one brother, I'm gonna be real with you, if one brother has sinned against the Lord and the Lord decided I'm not with that one brother, none of us would have made it back. To this day, I thank the generals, I thank Captain Kahan, and I thank Captain Yatazar. Because what their leadership did was let us know that the Most High God is with this truth. It's with this work. Same thing with us going to El Paso. Us going down there, passing out food and clothes. Man, you can't be a prideful person and do this work. It's too much stuff that goes on in front of your face as a priest and prophet for you to be so prideful, for you to feel like what you got going on is more important than the work of the Most High God. It's too much. Bro, it was so bad in El Paso, we had to reach over barbed wire fences to give brothers and sisters clothes, diapers, formula, pipes. We had to reach over barbed wire fences. We had to go through the barbed wire fence and be like, hey, sis, hold on. Hey, no, don't reach up here, sis. Let me go. Let me do this. Toss it over there to them. Because they stuck in the shelter and they can't get out the shelter, because if they get out, they're no longer allowed back in. They're trying to find safety, but the safety that they have has them in bondage as well. But blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we're in this world right now, and we have all the liberty we have. We can do all these things, and we decide to be selfish. We decide to be prideful. Understand what these scriptures say. Pride comes when you depart yourself from the Most High God. You can't do both. That's when the scriptures say you can't serve two masters. You can't do both. You got to choose pride or you got to choose the Most High. And the reason why I say that is because the scriptures say this. Go ahead and read it again.
The beginning of pride is when one departed from God.
Keep reading.
And his heart is turned away from his maker. Verse 13. For pride is the beginning of sin.
For pride is what?
The beginning of sin.
Keep going.
And he that has it shall pour out abomination.
Shall do what?
Shall pour out abomination.
Don't y'all see that in the world that we're living in right now? Don't you see all the abomination in the world that we're living in right now? You can't get on social media without seeing somebody twerking, without somebody being half naked, without somebody doing dumb and stupid pranks that's getting them unalive. You know, every time you turn around, what do you see? You see somebody doing something that can get them easily unalive or sexually abused. That's the world we live in now. Go ahead, brother.
It's like my face, so it's so heavy, like, and you brought up that really took that liberty, because that really just hit hard, because right now, we're not under the judgment of the law, so everybody think they can just do what they want. So it's crazy, like you're saying, like, so we doing this, that, the third. If I could, I got a precept.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 13. For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another. So like, exactly like you're saying, like we use it just to get our own. And it go right back to what you were saying before, like supposed to be servants of each other. Every person, every sister, every brother in the Bible that was like exalted or held up was doing something for somebody else.
Exactly.
And that's every story. Like all of them. So like that's what you said so heavy, because that's how you know the spirit of Christ is there in UPK, because that's the community YAHANNA put in all the generals and captains, officers, brothers, children, sisters, you know what I'm saying, children, so it's a lot.
No, man, what you brought out was heavy. That precept was heavy, huh? Because that's what we supposed to do. Give him a hand, man. Give him a hand. So, because that's what we supposed to do. It's nothing to us to be a servant now. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be real with you. When I first got into this truth, when I was a young man in the truth, hey, man, look, I would fight so that way I ain't have to be no servant. Because I had the wrong mindset. My mind when I first got into this truth was, what, you calling me a servant? What I look like to you? A butler? I look like Jeffrey to you? Like, who I look like to you? But little did I know, being a servant makes you more of a man than you being in this world thinking that you really a man. Like, I don't have a problem with being a servant. Okay, you call me a servant, you right. All my brothers know I'm a servant. They know for a fact, hey, if they see Officer Run, we gonna shamar. You know what? Hey, your kid, y'all good. Y'all good. If something happens, no Officer Run gonna put his life on the line for y'all. That's what brothers and sisters know. That's the same thing they know about Captain Akkad. That's the same thing they know about every Shamar brother. That's the same thing they know about Tazadak. That's the same thing they know. Bro, let me tell you something. I met General Haas when I was a 50. Matter of fact, I was a trooper. When I met General Haas for the first time, General Haas said, you know what, I don't need no Shamar. You go Shamar somebody else for me. You go make sure that they all right. Because you want to know what? I'll take a bullet for you right now. You go Shamar somebody else. Don't Shamar me. Because I'm going to take a bullet for you before you take one for me. I remember that at my first barbecue. The first barbecue, I was a trooper searching people. And I was told, if you see the generals, Shamar the generals. Protect the generals at all costs. And that's what I did. And General Haas told me, hey, I don't need no Shamar. Because I'm going to take the bullet before you take the bullet. We're going to be fighting over who's going to bite the bullet. And I'm going to push you out the way. And I don't know if y'all know General Haas like I know General Haas. I don't think you're going to win a fight if he pushes you in the middle of it so that way he can bite the bullet. But what that let me know is this. If General Haas said that he'll take a bullet for me, what would I do for him? What would I do for my leaders that's telling me, you know what, I would do whatever it takes for you to make it home and I have a funeral service, then you to have a funeral service and I make it home. Like, I don't know about your leaders, but that's who my leaders are. My leaders is like, hey, don't worry about nothing. I got it. You got to be more of a servant than you think about yourself. Go ahead,
Good, sir.
Hey, you got it next, man.
If I could, scripture is saying that same pride which causes you to now want to be a servant, depart yourself from God, that feeling or that spirit of oppression before Esau.
Right.
You want to be so prideful that you don't want to be a servant.
Exactly. Go ahead, Con.
Two things, real quick. One, even before the truth, even further.
Yeah.
What we learn, pride leads to kill. That's the same thing the scripture saying, you know what I'm saying? Your pride, you know what I'm saying, leads to destruction.
Right.
And then the second thing, Christ washed their feet.
What is hair? What is hair? He let you know, hey man, you know what? I'm such a servant. You know what? The water for letting me be in your home. You know what? You come here. Come here. I got you. No, what we talking about? Cause I'm like what Kahan said is true. When we was in the world, pride gets you killed quickly. I'm telling you, I'm from Texas. It's a lot of songs that we have down here in Texas that will say that. When you said that, you know what my mind went to? Verse 48. Man, he felt like he was Superman. He was flexed up. Now he looking like a gift wrapped in yellow tape. His pride leads to his destruction. If you're a prideful person, just know destruction comes with it. Like, I'm going to tell y'all now, this goes for brothers and sisters. A household can't be strong if you're a prideful person. Those arguments that you want to have ain't worth it. Because let me tell you something. 9 times out of 10, your feelings and the emotions that come with it, those those feelings and emotions aren't lining up with the Most High. Because if you're selfless, you know for a fact, those feelings that you have, if you really look at it, it's really more selfish than selfless. Most arguments, I'm going to be honest with you. I challenge everybody. The next time that you're about to have an argument, right? Sit back and think about it for a moment. And think if the argument that you're about to sit here and bring to the table, if it's selfish or is it a selfless thing? If it's selfish, cut it out. Because that's where your pride is. Your pride is in your selfishness. If what you're about to argue is about being selfish, I want this, I want that, me, I. Check yourself. Check your spirit. Because I'm telling you, something about you is very selfish. So in that scripture, it said pride is when one depart itself from the Most High God. You was at verse 13. Go ahead and read it.
And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly.
Why do you think the celebrities deal with the stuff that they deal with? Why do you think these false prophets are dealing with the stuff that they're dealing with? The religious leaders is dealing with all this stuff. See, we wanted to be just like the celebrities until you started seeing what the celebrities got to deal with. The celebrities start talking about these parties that they going to where now they getting fondled and felt on with the baby oil. They got that date rape drug in the baby oil. You want to be like these religious leaders when these religious leaders is around here putting hands, and they ain't talking about praying hands, but they putting hands of love and protection on you. But it feel like assault. Why do you think all these calamities is happening? Why do you think all these things is happening? Because it's showing you what? Who they truly are. Why do you think all these different groups, they're showing you what? I done heard about scandals that's happening everywhere else. I ain't heard about no scandal in the I.S.U.P.K though. It must be something in the water. It must be something in the water. Or it might just be those righteous leaders that's teaching their people how to be righteous.
That's right.
Y'all got to understand this. When you're a prideful person, understand this. Calamities is coming. You're going to have to deal with some stuff because that pride is going to come at you. It's going to hit at you hard. I'm telling you right now, if you are a brother in this truth, stand 10 toes, dog. Like, be mindful of what you do. Because the same way the Lord bless you, he can also hurt you. You don't want the Lord to hurt you. You don't want him to put hands on you and discipline you because you're not doing what he asked of. Let's drop that. Go to John 12 and 25. I sent you a text with them all so that way you have it. Go ahead.
This is for the John, chapter 12, verse 25. He that loveth his life shall lose it, and he that hateth his life in this world shall keep it unto life eternal.
Understand this. If you really and truthfully love your life, you got to first die. That's something, when I was in the world, I didn't understand. I didn't understand how I had to die to live. But if you are following the Most High Christ and you start really looking at what you were doing in the world, and when you got into the truth, what you have to do now, you will understand that you got to die first. That old man, you got to kill that old man. You got to kill that demon. And this ain't something that you just kill in one day. Hey, one day I just killed that person, it's gone. It's gone, it's never coming back. No. You got to kill that demon every day. You got to kill that old person every single day. Why? Because the Bible tells you, when an unclean spirit leaves out throughout the body, right? What is it going to end up doing? It's going to end up coming back. Why is that unclean spirit going to come back to you? Go ahead, sis. He ain't have nowhere else to go, so he had to return to you. Go ahead,
Like you said, if I could, but I got a precept for you about the no mind.
Go ahead.
It's the book of 2 Timothy. It is a faithful saying, for if we be dead with him, we shall also live with him. If we suffer, we shall also reign with him. If we deny him, he also will deny us.
Brother, that's a perfect precept, brother. That's perfect. Because it lines up with the other precept where it says, if the world hates you, know that it hated me first. Understand this. You have to choose the Most High God and understand the same thing that you're going through, the Most High. You got to understand that Christ went through that. Christ went through people hurting him. Christ went through people that wanted to persecute him. For what? Teaching the truth. Standing 10 toes for his Father's business. Like, what do you think Christ went through when he was teaching? And he said, and they told him that his mother and his brother was out there. And he said, who is my mother? Who is my brother? Those that do the will of my Father are my mother and my brother. What do you think that Christ had to deal with when he did that? You don't think that he had to deal with anything? You don't think Christ had to deal with people whipping him as he carried and he went to his death? As he crawled to his death for you, you don't think he had to go through anything? So what makes you any different? You're not crawling to your death. Christ is just telling you, you know what? Deal with that first death. Kill the old you so that way you can be something new again. You have to be something new again. So that way that your Father knows you. Because your father don't know that person that was sinning. That wasn't the person that he sent out on this earth. He didn't send a sinner out here on this earth. He ain't send you to do. He didn't say, hey, this is what I wanted you to do. I want you to go try every drug possible. I want you to be a thief. I want you to be a robber. I want you to get locked up. That's what I have in store for your life. Christ didn't say that. Christ gave everybody an opportunity. You had an opportunity whether you was going to do that was going to get you locked up or you were going to walk away. You chose to get locked up. You chose to do the exact thing that Christ didn't want you to do. And that's your problem. You got to understand that, man. If you are going to follow Christ, you're going to have to go through that first death. You're going to have to kill the old you and become a new creature, a new person that not only is following Christ, but loves Christ more and loves the Most High more than anything on the face of this earth. Because this earth is going to give you plenty of things to follow, but none of them is following Christ. Is that it on that? Go ahead and read.
Verse verse 26. If any man serve me, let him follow me. And where I am, there shall also be my servant be. If any man serve me, then will my Father honor.
You're supposed to be. You know what you're supposed to do. Now is, are you going to do it? What are you going to do? What are you going to choose? Life or death? Coming into the truth, I chose to die when I first got in the truth and die every single day. So that way, when the Most High God comes back, I ain't got to die with him. I ain't trying to die with him. I ain't trying to hear, bring him before me. Make him kneel. Bring him before me and kneel him. I ain't trying to hear that. I don't want the Lord to hear my name and be like, bring him before me and make him kneel. And he got that sword in his hand like this. I'm trying to hear him say, you know what? Hey, I know him. He did my works. What are you going to do? Go ahead, you got it.
Spiritual death hit harder, hit different than the physical death.
Hey, brother, you ain't told no lies, brother. I don't see no lies detected right there, brother. You got that one. Go ahead.
I could say that. Yeah, but saying so heavy too, because it's like just to make it in the truth is crazy itself. Just to make it to know like what the Lord has shown us. So like that's why the scripture said we gotta endure. Because I mean like you were saying about drugs in the world. Like in the world, a nigga took drugs and seen other niggas take the same drugs and be never the same. Ever. After the first time. They never been the same ever. And I'm on that joint like every day.
Yeah.
And that's how you just know it's the Lord. Like Lord choose who you choose.
Yeah.
So if the Lord choose you, you got ears to hear, and you got eyes to see. And you see this truth, like why believe over some nonsense? Because you can't man up and be a servant and one of your brothers. That's what
Nah, you right on with that one. You right on with that one. What you just said was heavy. Like, I done seen it. I don't never claim that I was a perfect man when I was back there in that world. I know for a fact, I got partners right now that we done buried. We done had to carry their casket because they done did some drugs. And them drugs ain't hit them the same way. We around here feeling good. They around there gasping for their last breath. But this is what y'all don't understand, huh? The Lord has. See, the reason why when you was in the midst of that and the Lord didn't kill you right then and there is because he saw a bigger plan for you. He said, I want you. You know what? Hey, man, this brother right here, I'm going to give him another opportunity. I think, you know what? I know that spirit. That spirit right there, he gonna get that truth. And when he get in that truth, he gonna tell all his brothers and his sisters what it was. There's plenty of people I see all the time that knew me in the world, knew the stuff that I used to do, and they looking at me like, you a follower of God? Man, come on now. Like, hey, bro, I remember when we used to do this over there. Hey, man, I ain't that man no more. That man died. That man died so long ago. I don't even remember that no more. Like, you talking to me about it, and hey, man, look, I don't even remember that, dog. That ain't who I am. Are you sure that was something that I did? I did that. I hurt these people. I did this. I did that. Hey, man, I don't know about that, partner. You might have got the wrong person. That's what y'all got to be. Y'all have to change. Y'all got to deal with that first death. Deal with that spiritual death so you ain't got to do that physical death. Because that physical death is something different. I don't know about y'all, but I had my warnings when I was in the world. Captain Yatazar gave me, he gave me all the counsel I could get while I was in the world. To the point where he had to tell me, hey man, I love you, but hey bro, you just not gonna learn. You're gonna have to learn the hard way. When you need me, I'm here. But until then, hey bro, I'm gonna back up and let the Lord do what he do. Don't let the Lord do that to you. Don't let the Most High do like this. Because when he takes his hands of protection off of you, what's going to happen? Go ahead.
It's like this foundation, what you said is so heavy because when I was in the world, I wasn't scared to put myself in any situation, you know what I'm saying, to where I could lose my life.
Right.
I was willing to put my life on the line for what I believed in, you know what I'm saying? But like now, I'm scared to eat people. I'm scared to put weed to my lips. You understand?
Real talk.
So the situations I would put myself in my life in danger for, now, for the smallest things, because I fear the Most High God, I won't do those things, you know what I'm saying? Because now I fear them, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Because now you got knowledge. You have knowledge. That way you don't have to be destroyed from a lack of knowledge. Hey, go to Ecclesiastes, go to chapter 2 and then verse 1 for me. Ecclesiasticus. Just go ahead. Once you got it, go ahead and read for me.
Come. This book of Ecclesiastes, Apocrypha, chapter 2, verse 9.
2 verse 1. Start at verse 1.
Chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
What did the Bible just say?
Prepare thy soul for temptation.
When you are deciding to go through your first death, the spiritual death, killing the old you to become a new creature, prepare your soul for temptation. You lived in the world for so long. Now you're choosing God. So what does that mean? Does that mean that you can be a whore? Does that mean, as a brother, does that mean that you can sleep with as many women as you want and just throw them all away? That means every time you sleep with a woman, that's your wife. That's your headache. That's who you got to be with forever. As a sister, does that mean that you can open your leg up to any man? Because once you open up your legs, right, that's your husband. Don't be like the woman at the well and have many husbands. Don't be like that person and have many husbands that's all alive and around here, but you a Jezebel. You around here doing any and everything. As a priest, as a man that's saying that I'm going to serve the Most High God, can you sell drugs in your community? As a sister, can you sell drugs in your community? Can you be a robber? Can you steal and unalive for no reason if you are a follower of Christ? You got to prepare your soul for temptation because all these things are going to come. It can be the smallest temptation or it can be the biggest one. It can be as small as stop going to the strip clubs. Stop making it rain on all that unadulterated behind that's up at the strip club. Stop going there. You know what? Stop smoking weed. Stop smoking crack. Stop snorting that coke. Stop stealing. You know what? I'll do it even smaller. Stop eating pork. Stop eating crab, shrimp, and lobster. Stop eating catfish. Can you do it? Because those temptations, I ain't gonna lie, those temptations got the Christian church in chokehold. I'm talking about one of them. Like, here, black people, you tell black people don't eat pork, Hispanics don't eat pork. Man, I can't have chorizo. What? I'm gonna tell you right now, blacks and Hispanics, they'll eat a pig from the rooter to the tutor. I'm being real with you. Man, I'm telling you right now, black people, the native Indians, boy, they'll eat some crawfish, they'll eat some shrimp. I'm talking about they'll crab, lobster, all that, bro, they'll suck the head out the crawfish. So you telling me those things is more important than the Most High God? If you are choosing the Most High God, prepare your soul for temptation. Because you're going to go through. You're going to go through them tests and them trials. You just have to know that it's going to come. Go ahead and read.
Verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble.
Keep going.
Verse 3. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Understand this. Why shouldn't you make haste in the times of trouble? Because we all go through troubles. Why shouldn't you be so quickly to run from the trouble? I'm going to go ahead with this. That you right on, sis. Give her a hand. She right on. What you had, bro? She took it right there. Look, brother. I couldn't say nothing else about it. She was spot on. When you are serving the Lord, you got to learn to endure. Why do you have to learn to endure? Because you have to learn what? What's something that none of us had before we got into the truth, and we still are learning to have it now. Go ahead, sis. Patience. Patience. I'm going to tell you now, in the word patience at all, I wanted what I wanted right then, right now. I ain't waiting for it. If you're going to make me wait, I'm going to take it. And you know who else had that mindset? All the brothers and all the sisters that's locked up right now. No patience. We didn't take time to think things through. And by us not taking time to think things through, what do? Make haste and rash decisions out of emotions. And we cannot do that. You can't serve the Lord and everything that you're doing is right here. You wear your emotions on your sleeves. Everything that you're doing is an emotional decision. Don't try to rush when you're enduring. When you have to deal with stuff, I got you. When you have to deal with stuff, take that time to see what you have to learn. Anytime I start with a bunch of stuff, I pray. I talk to the Most High. I'll be like, hey, Ace, say pops. If I can beseech you real quick, let me holler at you real quick. Hey, hey, I understand what you're doing, but I really don't understand what you're doing. Hey, let me know what's going on. Hey, is this something that I did, or is it something that I need to learn? If it's something that I need to learn, hey, if you could just help me learn it. All right, let me know what it is. If it's something that I did, hey, let me know what I did. Like, give me a sign, show me something, so that way I can be a better person. At the end of the day, I know I'm working on my patience, but what else do I got to work on? What else do I got to step into? Because just because I'm working on my patience don't mean that that's the only thing that I got to step into. I got to step into being a better, I got you. I got to step into being a better father. I got to step into being a better husband. I have to step into being a better priest. I got to step into being a better outer one. Because at the end of the day, if I make an emotional decision, I got 5,000 men and their family under my orders. And if I make the wrong decision, somebody can die. And I have to give an account. Go ahead, you got it.
I was gonna say, verse 4 says, what you were saying about
Go ahead.
Verse 4, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take it cheerfully, and be patient. Thou art changed to a low estate.
Keep going.
Verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of person.
Understand this. The only way for you to become pure, the only way for you to shake off all the rust and all that dust and all that, you got to go through that fire. You got to go through that fire. You got to go through the fire. Because it said acceptable men are tried in what?
In the fire.
Of what?
It's like in the furnace of adversity.
In the furnace of adversity. When things get hard, when things get rough and tough, how are you going to react? What are you going to do? Are you going to run? Are you going to be a coward? Or are you going to stand 10 toes? If you got a problem with a brother or a sister, what should you do? Go ahead.
Him alone.
Go to him and him alone. If going to him and him alone didn't work, what should you do? What should you do?
Take it to a
Exactly. And if it didn't work, what should you do? You should take it to the church. When I say take it to the church, I ain't talking about going to the Christian church. I'm about to take it to the congregation. Take it to the major council. If me and YAHANNA, we had an alt, right? I had an alt with YAHANNA. I be like, hey, YAHANNA, I ain't like how you did that. You really offended me. If YAHANNA be like, hey, but Salakia, I ain't even know what I did to you. And even though you saying I did that, I ain't. You be like, no sweat. Hey, Shalom, Salakia. I had talked to that brother YAHANNA, and I told him that he offended me about something. And I just want to go ahead and take this to council so that way me and my brother can, we can go ahead and resolve this matter because I don't want to have no ill will towards my brother. You're not no punk. You're not no wimp. You're not no snitch because you want to go to council. Going to council is to resolve an issue. Because if me and this brother talk, and say for instance, we talked for 30 minutes about resolving the issue, and it still didn't get resolved, don't you think it's time to have somebody else intervene to try to help us mediate that conversation? Why are we gonna just take a break? Hey, break, time out, break, and then come back and do the same thing? Is it going to work? Those are the hard times. Those are the hard times that you gotta stand 10 toes for. If you are, say for instance, for brothers and sisters, if you down and out, you ain't got no money, what are you supposed to do? If you in the truth, what are you supposed to do? Let's go ahead. Call your camp leader. Why are you supposed to camp leader? Because what is your camp leader's job? To try to figure out a way to try to help you. I'm gonna do everything I can in my will to help you, but you gotta get in return. You gotta give us something to help. You can't sit here and say, hey, Salakia, sir, I'm late on my rent. I'm about to get evicted. Yeah, I got a gambling problem. Yeah, so I went to the casino and I put my rent money on black and it turned up red. Salakia. Now I need about $1,500 so that way I don't lose my home. What? Like that's not how it goes. Bro, everything that happens in our lives, this is something that I was taught a long time ago. Everything that happens in your life is a learning lesson. It can be a long-lasting learning lesson, or it can be a short-time learning lesson. You choose what it is. Go ahead.
And if I may, sir, Shabbat, if you want, should be something if you want. The brotherhood is helping someone out of the situation. The brotherhood is also not putting your brothers and sisters in a situation. But what I mean, like, you brought out that situation.
Sis, you don't mind you passing that mic? Try to.
Like you just brought out.
Yeah.
I can't go gamble, you know what I'm saying, my rent, and then expect the brothers and sisters to bail me out and pay my rent. You know what I'm saying? So, again, brotherhood is not only helping someone out of a situation, it's also making sure I don't put my brothers and sisters in a situation. So,
You right on. Brotherhood, it go two ways. That's just like me. If I know for a fact that there's a situation that I'm dealing with, and if I get hyped up and I rah yell, and I know the school got my back, but if I put the school in a situation because I was being homeless, is that brotherhood on my? The school trying to hold me down to show brotherhood, but am I showing the brotherhood? Because now what? I got y'all ready to go to war behind what? My pride. That's not fair. That's not loving one another neither. That's what's wrong with us to this day. To this day, we don't know how to love one another properly. We don't know how to look to help one another. We shouldn't be prideful. We should understand, bro, when I go through stuff, I'm going to go through it as far as I can. If I need counsel, I'm going to get counsel. If I need to talk to a brother, I'm going to talk to a brother. But it's not for me to sit here and do the most and then think that y'all don't help me out. That's what our people were taught. That's what we were taught to do. Now in this world that we live in, bro, that's all you see. You see everybody. Go to 1 John 2 and 16. We about to wrap it up. Go to 1 John 2 and 16. This is what we follow behind the wrong things. Go ahead, read.
This is for the 1 John, chapter 2, verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world.
It's not of the who?
Is not of the Father, but is of the world.
Understand this. Everything that you do, check yourself. See if what you're doing is of the lust of this world. See, if your flesh is screaming out more than your spirit is, it's of the world. It's not of your father, because your father didn't ask you to be a lustful person over what? A bunch of women. He didn't ask you to be a lustful woman over a bunch of men. He didn't ask for you to sit here and choose all these different alternative lifestyles. He didn't sit here and tell you to try all these different drugs. Because I'm going to tell you, back when I was in the world, I'm telling you, man, we used to have them jiggers. We used to have them school buses, them handlebars. They had all kind of different marijuanas. They had all kind of different pills. Is that of the world or is that of the Most High? That's of the world. The Most High didn't. You show me a scripture where the Lord said, try all these different drugs. You can't find it. You want to know why? Because the Most High God is not of this world. He's something greater than this world could ever be. That's why if you go up to 1 John 2 and 15, it says what?
Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Bingo Yahtzee. Sounds like it's point blank period to me. If you choosing the Most High God, that means you can't choose this world. You're going to either gain the world and lose your soul, or you're going to lose the world to gain a soul. You choose. Brothers and sisters in I.S.U.P.K, we already chose. And we're going to stand on that. It don't matter what argument we get in. It don't matter about what we feel in the moment. Because feelings can come and go. But you know what stays 24/7 and does not change? The word of the Most High God. And with that, I'm going to say Imagine, which means to stand. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers, then to the sisters. Men of Israel, YAHANNA, Barak, YAHANNA, Yat Sar, which means to face sisters, Shabya, which means to stand. Men of Israel, YAHANNA, Barak, Yat dismiss.